Hello again. As promised, here we are with Jürgen Doering. I'll start with a question, and maybe later we can have some questions from the public. This has been the 5th time you have worked with Olivier Assayas, and we all can remember your previous film with him, Clouds of Sils Maria, with Juliette Binoche and also with Kristen Stewart. Can you tell us a bit about the working process with Olivier Assayas for this film? Did he, as he also wrote the script, have a very precise idea about how the characters should have been represented, what they had to wear?
Good evening. First thing, I always first read the script, évidemment, and then I meet him and he says, I'm giving all the names of the characters, and he gives some adjectives about everybody. I don't know, very aristocratic, the other one very kind person, you know, things like this. And then I'm completely free with them. So I just present the looks I tried on the actors after, and he selects from the photos. He leaves us on the creation parts, decoration, or wardrobe very, very free. I think the magic and the magic I feel in these films is that he trusts your sensibility. He takes you because of you, not because of speaking. It's not a person who would speak with you hours and explaining, I want that green, that pants, and you know, that's not a subject to him.
Did you actually design or make any of the clothes in the film, or were they already?
No, we choose in some collections. There is these two ways of her to be dressed, that very casual thing of the all-day look she has on the motorbike and doing her job, and the way this ambiguity in her that she hates her job, and it's in the same way she wants to be like the woman she's doing the wardrobe for. So I was thinking she's complicated a little bit in her mind with the part of Kristen, and there's that very raffiné and very sexual but timid, shy a little bit. She's all that mixed. But we choose more comme it was written that way in the scenario. He wanted something very sexy is not the word, raffiné and sexual.
Okay, very refined, very sophisticated.
Yes, that's sophisticated.
Okay. And well, I think we all here must be wondering the same thing. Being the actress, being Kristen Stewart, such a relevant public figure with such strong fashion associations, did she have any input into the costumes? How did you work with her on the wardrobe she was to wear?
I had an idea of what I wanted on her. We tried all the things, and she always said, okay, that's fine, it's good to me. She didn't resist or say, I prefer green, I hate pink, you know. It was and we know each other from Sils Maria before, which was a very nice complicity too. So we had no fears, you know. Sometimes an actress says to you, oh, no, I don't wear it, take care. With her, it was very easy. But she's very inspiring and very smart, and she knew her job on that film very precisely, so it was not a long talk.
Okay, and as you were saying before, and as in Clouds of Sils Maria in Personal Shopper, there's a very strong contrast between casual and very glamorous fashion, and we can see on the very glamorous fashion side some pieces by Chanel. And let's not forget that Kristen Stewart is one of Chanel's ambassadors. Has there been any collaboration with the House of Chanel? How has it worked?
Yes, the collaboration with Chanel begins on Sils Maria before. And Chanel was also giving some money for the film, not that much, but a little bit. And Chanel was just having her coming for shows like other stars. And from beginning with Sils Maria, they understood Olivier, her, everything could be something for them too. So they took her for the publicity, eyewear publicity after and everything, and makeup. So everything was growing from that.
Okay. And so, in terms of the film, no, and the Chanel costumes in the film, so what do you think Chanel represents in terms of fashion nowadays? Or how do you think is the woman wearing Chanel?
What do I think about Chanel?
No, but,
Yes.
what do you
film.
think it represents in the film?
That couture way, that strength of a line, of a rich material, something very, it's the opposite of where the clothes are going today. Because we're used today to wear poor materials, poor colors and everything, and here it's bright, the embroideries are very strong, and just having that long dress like this, it makes her very strong, very, very designed, very shaped. It makes the contrast very big between the Kristen Stewart you see in jeans and suddenly with that magic way of being dressed, which is not so. It's very cinematographic too, because in life you're not often seeing people like this.
I think it must be quite heavy as well, the metallic dress.
Yes, very heavy dress.
Okay, and there's a dark and cold atmosphere in the film. Did you work with a cinematographer to achieve this that coldness? Was there a particular choice of colors and light that must have, of course, influenced the way you worked with the costumes?
Again, we didn't really spoke about this, but when I saw the film, I understood I was giving more life when she's acting her job and everything. She has green, she has yellow, she has, in points, I'm not completely yellow like a clown, but she's a girl in active life, and you see this color giving that impression. And the fantastic on Phantasma girl is more white, silver, black, you know, that transparent dress. SM look is black, the other one is with a black coat and silver dress. This is more abstract.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And let's go to the very beginning. How did you become a costume designer? Did you study costume design, art, fashion, or did it just happen?
I was obsessed all my childhood of fashion, and then I did a fashion school in Paris, and then I began working for Karl Lagerfeld again, and Guy Laroche. After 3 years, I went to Guy Laroche, and after 5 years at Guy Laroche, 10 years at Saint Laurent. And when Mr. Saint Laurent died, a girlfriend of mine asked me to come and work on Demon Lover, the film of Olivier Assayas. And that's where I met Olivier. And I liked his world, his sensibility and everything. So it was a good connection, and we did all the films after that. And many other films from other people.
And do we have any question from the audience?
Many things also for TV, because I like the series, which are, I think, modern to a lot of nice directors are working for the TV now too. 2 years ago, about Stefan Zweig, from a German director, and I discovered the Germans, the historical films like this, period looks, and I think it's very interesting too. It's another work in a way, and but it's when you have this aesthetic look in your head and looking for beauty, it's nice to work on that. The research. Yes. Because you learn a lot of things about a new story, and we connect to everybody, to decor, to technical things, and we really create at that moment. After the filming is heavier. Yes, suddenly it becomes reality, but it's not such a light work to do the filming. You can either way rent things in warehouses, very specialized, where just cinema people goes. You can buy in shops and do shoppings everywhere. You can draw your sketches, your own ideas, and make them made. Everything is possible, but it comes from the project, the way you see it, the way the director wants it at the end. And often when we really sew things and really do it, it's because we need a lot of doubles, because of crimes, because of technical things. Having really a person telling you, now you design it and we produce things, it's in that kind of film, it's rare. It's not so often. But it's being an eye. You have, even being in a warehouse or in a Galerie Lafayette or in a shop, you're full of your story, and you pick up things you're sure which could belong to the story. You could propose to the story. That's the way you think at that moment. Oh yes. Me, maybe other people doing the same jobs are processing another way, but when I read the script like this, I want to have it on paper, because I immediately write, that's a red dress, this is short, this is pants, she should have a coat, you know? Because you have images, though. That's the imagination and the artistic part which comes directly from the words like this, what's inspiring you, and also having the faces of the people you have to dress, and the kind of body they have and everything, what it gives to you, or to the screen. You're welcome. Okay. And often, still to that question, you see colors. I do see colors. It's sometimes you feel one person or one feeling being more yellow, more greenish, more, you know. Try to give that impression. The silver dress is not fitted on Kristen. It's bigger. Yeah. I do it, and by the way, the actress doing the people girl, the people woman. Celebrity. Is a celebrity. She's smaller than her, yeah. But I made it bigger to give that sensation of not being her own dress. But yes, it's just all the thing to give that sensation that she tries to be someone else and not really being also something uncomfortable, you know, because she is not knowing really if she's doing right, but she still has the envy to do it, and she thinks it's she hates the woman, she hates the job, and when she comes in that desire moment, she wants to be her. So for her, it's really not comfortable. So I wanted to give all these dresses this sensation of something uncomfortable. You know, somebody doing the dress does the clothes. Somebody doing the hair is doing the hair, and it's. I always have an opinion about it because it can fuck up everything. Wrong hair, the door is the clothes is dead, and come on, and with the makeup it's the same thing. But with Olivier, it's always the same family working on the film, so it's easy to say to the girl doing the hair, "Are you really sure?" We collaborate a lot with Olivier, and when Olivier is not sure about what he sees all together, he asks sometimes also me for the hair, or to have something larger. But yes, no. to say the truth, working with Olivier is luxury. Because it's all on the same sensibility, on the same line, and it's always very coherent, you know. The work is always in the same sensibility. It doesn't try to... he makes what he feels. He takes a subject. I love this film, I think, mostly because it's very courageous to do today a film about that kind of subject. Because no one, to not take that pressure of commercial films and think, okay, I want to make a film about ghosts, let's go, you know what I mean? And I think today it's very important to have that freedom to be creative, because it's risky to have that ghost story. When I wrote it for the first time, I was thinking, Olivier Assayas with ghosts, what's happening? You know? What's this? What's that going to be? And at the end, it works. So we have to trust creativity.
Okay, I think we have to leave it here. Thank you very much, Jürgen. You're in a busy moment now, and a big thank you to Icon, who is distributing the film. It is opening on nationwide on cinemas on Friday. A big thank you too to Ciné Lumière for having us here, and a big thank you to you all for coming today. Thank you.
Thank you.